Listen, if you're planning to move in 2026, this is the window where you either quietly get yourself in a great position or you wait, hope, and end up watching other people grab the homes and the terms that you wanted. So let's make sure you're in that first group. Over the next few minutes, you and I are going to build a simple game plan for 2026. What to do with your credit, your cash, your timeline, and your expectations so that if we do see better opportunities with rates and more homes on the market, you're not scrambling to catch up. You're already ready to move. And if the market doesn't play out exactly how the headlines predict, you'll still be in a much stronger financial spot either way. Now, you might be thinking, Matt, it's already 2026. Isn't it too late? And that's exactly the trap. It's not too late, but this is where people either get ahead or fall behind. Honestly, this is where people either win or lose. The people who start early don't necessarily buy earlier, but they get to choose when they buy. And that's the big difference. I'm Matt Robertshaw with NEXA Mortgage, and after 23 years in my mortgage business, I've learned that my real superpower isn't just getting loans closed, it's helping people see what's possible. Whether it's a first-time buyer who thought they couldn't afford a home, or a veteran refinancing to save hundreds a month, I take pride in solving problems that other people overlook. But I'm also proud that my clients and real estate partners trust me when it matters most. Listen, I don't chase trophies, I chase results. And the best compliment I get is, you make this easy. So let's make 2026 easier for you. Step one is get financially visible, not perfect. A lot of buyers think, I'll fix my credit, pay off some stuff, save a bit more, and then talk to a lender. The problem is you're doing all of that in the dark. What works well is flipping that around. Even 12 to 18 months before you plan to move, you can sit down with someone on our team and get a clear picture of where you stand right now. That means looking at your credit report, your income, your existing debts, and what you're paying in rent or on your current home. Listen, we're not judging, we're just mapping. For example, maybe your credit is fine, but you've got one credit card that's almost maxed out and the others are barely used. Instead of trying to pay a little bit extra on every bill like most people do, your plan might be to aggressively pay down just that one card, because that one change could make a bigger difference in how your profile looks in 2026. Or maybe we might see that your income is strong, but a car payment that you've picked up during the last couple of years is eating up a big chunk of your monthly budget. So we plan around what happens when it's paid off or look at options to restructure. The goal of step one is simple: knowing your numbers now so 2026 isn't a guessing game. Step two is to turn it around and say, hey, I should save more, into an actual 2026 fund with a number and a plan. Saying you'll save what you can usually turns into whatever's left at the end of the month, which, let's be honest, is often not much. Instead, once we know how realistic price range works for you, we can actually back into a target savings goal, not just for upfront costs, but also for a healthy cushion so that your move doesn't wipe you out. Listen, here's a concrete example. Let's say we talk and it looks like your comfort zone will be somewhere around what you're paying in rent right now. Maybe a little more depending on where rates are when you buy. From there, we can estimate a ballpark of what typical closing costs might look like in your area and how much extra cushion you'll feel good having for moving, furniture, and surprise stuff. Instead of thinking, I need a ton of money, you might end up with something like, if we put X dollars aside a month right now and between mid-2026, we'll be in good shape. That's a different feeling. You can literally put that line in your budget, maybe automate it into a separate savings account with a name like 2026 Home Fund, so you're not constantly dipping into it. And if you get a bonus or a tax refund, part of that can just go straight to that fund because you already know why it exists. Now, step three is to design your 2026 timeline around real life, not just the housing market. This is where a lot of people get burned, not because they can't qualify, but because they didn't think through the logistics. And if you're renting, when does your lease end in 2026? Are you willing to do month to month? Or does your landlord even allow that? Do you have kids changing schools? Do you need to be in a new home before a certain season? And if you own right now, are you planning to sell first, buy first, or possibly even overlap for a short period? Let me give you a very real scenario. You decide you want to be in your new home by fall of 2026. To close in, say, October, you're probably writing offers in August or September. But to write offers with confidence, you want a pre-approval in place before that, not while you're touring homes. This means the serious prep work, documents, updated credit, updated income really needs to be done by mid-2026. So if your lease ends in July, you now have to decide, do you go month to month, try to align your closing with that date, or plan on a short-term rental as a buffer? Listen, when we talk early, we can walk through these what if timelines with you and your real estate agent so you're not backed into a corner later. Step 4 is to build flexible expectations around what 2026 might actually look like. You're probably seeing a lot of headlines right now about where the rates and home inventory might go. And some say things will get easier. Some say not so much. The truth is the market will do what it does. Your power is being ready for multiple outcomes. So we might look at 2 or 3 scenarios together where one where rates improve and you lean into a slightly higher price range, one where things stay about where they are and you stay conservative, and one where the market surprises us a bit and you decide to wait longer or adjust your target area. For example, maybe your ideal is a single family home in a specific school district, but also build a backup plan where the townhome or maybe different nearby neighborhood still checks those key boxes if pricing feels tight. That way, when 2026 is here and it's showing up, you're not reacting emotionally to the headlines. You've already thought through, like, if it looks like this, we'll do that. Now, putting this all together on your own can feel like a lot. Credit, debt, savings, leases, timelines, and 3 different market scenarios. So I put together this free guide that actually walks you through being a 2026 homebuyer into a game plan that's step by step. It lays out the exact questions to answer for your credit, your budget, your timeline, and your must-haves. And it's designed so you can literally sit down with your partner or your agent and say, look, here's our plan. Calculating all of this on your own is a headache, so this guide does the heavy lifting for you. It's linked right down in the description. And if you're serious about moving in 2026, don't wait until the calendar says 2027. You're going to be too late. Your future self will thank you for starting early. Use this guide, and when you're ready for a personalized walkthrough of your numbers and options, you can also book a strategy call with our team using the link in the description as well. We'll map out your specific path to a 2026 move so you're not guessing. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you around next time.